reason I'm here is I was told this was the wrap party for the office. And I saw a guy in overalls in the back. He looked a lot like Dwight Schrute, so I thought I was in the right place. But Scranton's abuzz with the close of that great sitcom. And you know, as John introduces me as the senator, it's a little odd. We've known each other for many years. But one of the great plot lines in that sitcom was one of the characters was dating a state senator from Lackawanna County. And the punchline was, well, he's a state senator. That's not really a senator, you know. And so that coincided with my election to the state senate. So as you can imagine, I was really impressed with my elevation to the state senate after it was lampooned on national television. But I want to thank John and the area chambers, and of course our great sponsors here today for inviting me to participate in this very important forum in Energy Day in northeastern Pennsylvania, and to give me an opportunity to introduce this great panel on a very important topic of supply chain in the Marcellus Shale industry. But first, let me just thank again the Marcellus Shale Coalition, which of course John Augustine is part of, API, the American Natural Gas Association, Pennsylvania Independent Oil and Gas Association, the Scranton Chamber, Austinburg, who does a wonderful job here, the area chambers that came together in a regional fashion as we need to in addressing our region's economy. For the past 3 years, 36 consecutive months, northeastern Pennsylvania's unemployment rate of 9.6% has ranked at the highest unemployment rate in Pennsylvania's 14 metropolitan regions. At the same time, the statewide job growth numbers have lagged behind every other state in the union but one. We have to turn the Pennsylvania economy around. We have to get northeastern Pennsylvania back to work, and I believe the path to our economic recovery goes straight through the gas fields in the Marcellus Shale play in Pennsylvania. I fully understand that the Marcellus Shale industry is still in its early stages in Pennsylvania, and good opportunities will continue to emerge as the industry matures, but I'm concerned Pennsylvania has failed to lay out a comprehensive strategy to develop a Pennsylvania market for Pennsylvania gas to create long-term, sustainable Pennsylvania jobs in all 67 counties, in the drilling counties and in the non-drilling counties like Lackawanna, Luzerne, Hardin, and Monroe here in northeastern Pennsylvania. The great UCLA basketball coach, John Wooden, had a great line. He said, don't mistake activity for achievement. Yes, there's a great deal of activity in the shale play, but we cannot mistake activity for long-range economic growth unless we can tap in to the supply chain of the Marcellus Shale industry and build out secondary and tertiary markets for Pennsylvania natural gas. In Harrisburg just this week, as the Democratic chair of the Environmental, Energy and Resources Committee, I worked along with the chairman, Senator Gene Yaw from Lycoming, on a package of bills that will help expand Pennsylvania's natural gas distribution infrastructure so that cheap, clean-burning natural gas can get to both residential and commercial customers. Now, there's much work to be done on this package of legislation so that we can forge smart public-private partnerships in the development of natural gas industry so that we can get from the well pad to Main Street. And I hope forums like this one and the conversations that we're going to have today with this very important panel, I hope that these conversations can strengthen our state policy on how to build a sustainable economy around natural gas in Pennsylvania. As the panel can attest, there are few better opportunities to spur economic development and put northeastern Pennsylvania families back to work than those opportunities available in the Marcellus Shale industry. The industry has helped create tens of thousands of jobs in Pennsylvania, and many of those jobs are growing along the supply chain of local businesses that have seized the moment to fill or expand their business model in engineering, construction, manufacturing, and retail services. There are many different opportunities for northeastern Pennsylvania to grow along the Marcellus Shale industry supply chain. In the forums like Energy Day in northeastern Pennsylvania, I hope that our conversations and our ideas and our suggestions that become part of the state policy on Marcellus Shale leverage the opportunities to create real jobs. We've seen it happen here in northeastern Pennsylvania, and some of the companies are with us today. Local companies like Morton Lawson, an engineering firm, Lindy Construction, a pipeline construction company, and Medico Industries, a manufacturer of natural gas valves in Hanover Township, are primary examples of how we can leverage growth in the Marcellus Shale industry into new business opportunities and new jobs. The expansion of natural gas industry in the Marcellus Shale play truly presents a historic opportunity for local companies to grow their business model and create new jobs. And it is our hope that these kind of success stories, like Morton Lawson, Lindy, and Medico Industries, can be repeated again and again in businesses throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. The economic history of the United States clearly illustrates that investments in infrastructure, education, and research and development have always been the foundation of the growth of American businesses. From the Industrial Revolution to the technology revolution to the energy revolution that we're enjoying today, we need to make smart investments and build strong public-private partnerships so that the principle of economic prosperity, the simple principle that economic prosperity is the tide that lifts all boats, happens in all 67 counties in Pennsylvania. The organizations represented on the panel are experts and veterans of the supply chain and can certainly answer most, if not all, of your questions on how your businesses can tap into the Marcellus Shale play. Members of the panel include, and I'd like to introduce them to you now, Bill Springer from DTE Energy, Chris Cook from WPX, Christopher McHugh from Morton Lawson, and Jim Ladley from Penn State Marcellus Shale Industry for outreach and research. I look forward to the lively and informative discussion from our panelists today. And again, I want to thank the sponsors and the regional chambers for coming together for one cause here today at the Energy Day in northeastern Pennsylvania, and that is to turn the economy of northeastern Pennsylvania around, the economy of Pennsylvania around, and get Pennsylvanians back to work. Thank you very much. Thank you.